Morning. Right, as you can see, we're inside the White Ambassador. Carrying on from the last video that we did last week, I'll mention that the car was going to be used in a wedding. I've not used the Ambassador for a couple of weeks, and when I did, it got us halfway around the estate and started to cough and splutter and had to turn back. I only wanted to go to the shop, so I had to turn back and nurse her back to the house. So after a little bit of a jiggery pokery, found that the fuel filter was a bit blocked. There was a bit of moisture in there as well. Now, I've always ran the Ambassador on E5 fuel, whether it be normal unleaded or super unleaded, when it was cheap enough, but now it's a bit blooming expensive. Since I've found running the Jag on E10, it has absolutely killed the fuel economy. The jury's out on whether I actually keep the Jag now or what, because it's just getting too expensive to run. Not that I use it every day, but when I do use it, it's blooming expensive, so the jury might be out on the Jag at the moment. So regarding the White Ambassador, I found that my fuel filter was blocked. There was a little bit of, it didn't look like rust, but the fuel coming out of it was a bit dark. It didn't look too good. So I've drained that fuel out, and to be fair, what did come out was pretty clean. It was only what was in the pipe where it was a bit dirty. So I've actually put some fresh super unleaded at £1.53 a litre, and that was from Tesco's, local to us. So I'm a bit miffed. Like 20 quid's worth, barely give me 2.5 gallon. Go figure. Right, so I've already been out for a little spin, so I thought, why not do a video? So here we go. Let's see. She's warm, so sometimes she don't start when she's warm. Just typical Leyland stuff, but here we go. Hey, we're off. There's a John Shuttleworth moment for you. Right then, let's go for a spin. I'm sorry about the camera handle. You're actually just wedged in me door pull. Make do and mend. Only, as you know, my wonderful boss hasn't bought me anything to do these kind of videos with. So, right, away we go. Oh, I do love this car. Princesses and Ambassadors on the automatic gearbox have got a Borg Warner 35 slung underneath the engine, but it doesn't share the same oil like the manuals do. There we go, we're into second already. We've barely done 15 mile an hour. Third should be coming about. That's it, 25 mile an hour and we're in top already. Brilliant. So we're going over speed bumps and stuff, and the good thing with the Ambassador is you can barely feel them. They're absolutely brilliant. Now that all the suspension on this car was always pretty good, but I had it regassed anyway because it was getting a bit crashy on the front. I hope you can hear me okay, but you know, because typical Leyland and Ambassadors and stuff, they do rattle a bit, so you might be getting some of the interior rattled, which is fine. I ignore them. It's good. They're all good. I hope you're all having a good day. I'm having fun playing about with cars and stuff. So later on in this video, you'll see me messing around with the Princess yet again. So somebody just acknowledging the car there. Nice. Okay, we're on the main road. Let's give it some stick. Power! Come on then, let's go. Hey, we're into top. We're doing 40 mile an hour. Lovely. Thing with Ambassadors and stuff, they are pretty nifty when they want to be, but they've got to be in fine fettle. But they're not a sports car, so so it never really gets treated as such, because there's just absolutely no point. These cars are absolutely brilliant, as long as you're not in a rush. If you're in a rush, take the bus, it's a bit quicker. But nah, absolutely love it. Absolutely brilliant car. It's, you know, they've got the faults, typical Leyland, you know, the idea was good. No indicators then, fair enough. Don't use them, it's alright, I'll guess where you're going. Yeah, you know, a good idea, but poorly put together, if I'm honest. But you know, it is what it is. I love it. So I might need to play around with one of the carbs a little, I think. I might put the balancer on them and just have a fettle around. I'm still getting a bit of vibration under gentle revs, so I'm thinking one of the carbs is a little bit weak. Maybe. But yeah, we're good. She's running nice now. So I was getting a bit worried, because last thing I want is this car to break down when I'm doing the wedding. Yeah, last thing I want. So yeah, so far so good, we're good. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit more on the Princess. The plan for today is I'm going to underseal with the black stuff where I've done under the wheel arches and stuff, and I'll show you a little trick there as to what I do as to get it nice and uniform. So yeah, bear with me, and we'll see you in a bit. Yeah, so undersealing the Princess. Get rid of this grey stuff. So it's just the usual crappy underseal with that stuff in it they call added wax oil, if it's got it in. So I'm mainly going to be under here. As you can see, the fuel tank is already black. Good thing about this particular stone chip is that it's the colour of primer, so you can paint on it whatever colour you want. So back in a minute when I slap some of this black stuff on, and I'll show you what I do with it afterwards. So we're getting there slowly. So anyway, here's a little trick that I do with Underseal. So right, we slap it on as per usual with brush, do we not? Getting into all the little nooks and crannies. Bit more in. Load the brush up. Slap it on. Okay, that's about as much as I want to put on there. Then I take one of these little radiator roller, and it's got the foam type roller on it, not the furry one, the foam type. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up. You see a lot of some brush lines in there. Basically what I do is go over it with that. So that takes all the sheen out of it, all that horrible sheen that looks like it's been freshly undersealed. And I go over it with one of these rollers, and it just smooths it out and gives it puts a little bit of stipple onto the effect. So it's, so as you can see there, that's all really horrible and shiny, and yes, don't get me wrong, it looks good. But I just like to take that off, and with it being on a roller as well, sometimes the brush doesn't go and get into all the places that you want it to. I mean, it's probably not going to make any difference under here regarding the wheel arch, but I just think it just looks a bit more tidier. Yeah, like I say, it's probably not going to affect much in the way of under the wheel arches, because basically give it a couple of months out on the road, it's going to look it's going to get muddy anyway, but it's going to be better to wash off get me words out. So but that is what I do regarding the undersealing. It will probably work as a better effect on the seals, because obviously every year what we do with them, we just keep scraping it off, plastering more on, and I think after a while it can start to look really, really untidy and messy, and if it's you get too much on there, you have to end up taking it all off. And this is what I do just to keep it nice and tidy, is to just go over with one of these little rollers, and I just think it gives a little bit of a tidier appearance rather than gobbed on with a brush, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to finish the rest of this off. I'm going to lie under the car and do underneath there, and I'll be back in a bit. Marvellous. So that's the underseal all on now. Yeah, I'm pleased with how that's gone. All gone on rather well. There's my new suspension point there. I'm well chuffed with that. Obviously I've got the rest of the car to underseal under there, which I will do later on. There's no point really taking a video of that. I'm sure you've seen Underseal go on before, but anyway, this is the bit that I've really wanted to get done. Hang on, let me just come out from under the car. This is the bit I really wanted to get done under this section of the car now. I've found my old brake pipes. I thought I'd thrown them out, but I hadn't. Let's just switch cameras. There we go. I thought I'd thrown them out, but I've actually found the brake pipes that I took off the car, but I can't remember what ends are on them because I cut them off. So I can actually now, once I can get under there, get the old end off, and actually make up my brake pipes and get them fitted. So once them are on, I can actually go ahead then, or before I actually fit them, I can go ahead and underseal the rest of the car. I'm not going to do it today now because it's now getting cold, and I've not long had my dinner and I'm getting a bit tired now. So I'm going to wrap this up for today. I'll probably do some more footage now from the shed, which will follow in next week's video. So what I'll be doing is I'll be making my brake pipes up. I'll underseal in between. There's no point me taking any more footage of that because it's just going to be a boring video of undersealing basically. So let's not try to get these videos boring. Right, so yeah, I'm going to be making up my brake pipes, get them on. I'll probably try and purchase some new flexes because them just look awful. They've probably been on the car from new, so I'm going to have to come off. There's just no point me cutting corners now I've gone this far with it. I might as well go the whole hog, and it'll be a case of saving up a bit of cash or trying to find the parts at least, to see where we go from there. So yeah, we'll get some new brake pipes on. Once those are on and in place, I have got a set of handbrake cables to go onto the hubs. I acquired a couple of sets of them actually, so at least I've got 2 new cables. There's probably nothing wrong with the originals. They're still good. I might just keep them in the shed as a spare, and then I can then concentrate next week, which I'll probably do this as a separate video where I actually strip the cross tube mount and coat all that up, paint all that up, and do the hubs and the radius arms. I think I'll do that as a complete video. So yeah, there's still work to be done, still getting there, but we are moving forward, and then hopefully by the end of the next video we will have this car back on its wheels, which I'm really excited about, can you tell? So yeah, that's that for now. So that's me done for the day. So I've had a good day. So the ambassador's now sorted. She's running really sweet, as you saw earlier on. I've had to pump her suspension back up again. That was my fault, because when I brought her out the garage and we had quite a fairly warm summer, I thought she was sitting a little bit too high on the front, so I let it down. And now that the air temperature has now gone cold, it dropped a little bit more than I wanted it to. So yeah, that's now pumped up, and she is running sweet again. Wants a bit of a tune up though. She is just, I think with me putting new points on and all that, I'll probably just need to adjust the timing again and sort the timing out. But yeah, we're good. We're all good. So the black one, yeah, that's for next year. We're not worried about the black one at the moment. I know it runs, I know it's solid. Yeah, I need to do that bonnet because I haven't sprayed that yet, but I ain't worried about that at the top for the time. So we're all good with the black one. That's fine. That's for next year's project and videos and everything else. So far we're going to continue with Mrs. Win. So once I've got all the cross tubing, all the handbrake cables in place, I can then put the interior back in, tidy that up again, and I just really can't wait now to see her on the wheels, because getting excited. So yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for all the likes and the comments so far, as per usual. Thank you very much indeed. And looking at the channel, we've picked up some new subscribers, so on behalf of Ricky and myself, thank you very much indeed for subscribing. Tell your mates and say, look, there's these two idiots that mess around with crap Leyland cars. So yeah, all good. So I'm gonna bid you all farewell for the time being. Stay safe, take care, and see you soon. Bye bye.